involved. Let me ask you a question. How much are you involved in your partner's life? Okay, I know your partner does nothing. They always stay in the house. Are you involved in their mental health? Do you know what they think during the day? How involved are you about their emotional state? Okay, so you stay in the house and your partner goes to work. How much are you involved in their day-to-day life? Or you think because they are making money, they are okay? You know, most of our partners are not involved in our lives. They are like, oh, the life is going on, we are okay. And one time, everything crumbles down because people break down because they have not been speaking. Because they have been putting a smile. They have been putting a face that cannot be judged. Because they need to be strong. But if you are strong, why did you need your partner? Because it's not about helping each other with tangible things. No. It is a high time we start being involved. I respect those people when they come out from work, they ask their partner, how have been your day? And they start a conversation from there. Because they are willing to understand your state of mind. Okay? Your state of emotion. For you not to crumble down. Generations. You know, there is something we don't know. We are a product of someone somewhere. The reason we talk the way we talk, it's because someone was our grandfather, our grandmother, our great-grandmother, and all that. But have you ever asked yourself how your great-grandchildren will be? Because some of us are doing relationships the wrong way. Can your kids learn from you when it comes to family? Can they learn from you when it comes to finances? Can they learn from you when it comes to emotional intelligence? How mature are you that you will leave those wisdom to your great-great-grandchildren? Can they emulate you? Can they say grandfather was like this, grandmother was like this, that's why I'm like this, I learned from them? Because right now you are a product of your grandfather somewhere. So who will be your product? Because we are wasting our relationships without thinking that there is a generation that is coming that is looking at how we are as a people, how we conduct ourselves in relationship, how we treat our partner. Providing. You know, we think providing is all about food. Let me tell you something. And we need to grow up. Do you know you can date a lady who has everything? Like money-wise, they are okay. Even it is too excess. They are from a rich family they have built their own wealth. But they still need a man. But we were detonated that men are providers. So my question is, what will you be providing to a woman who has everything? Okay? You as a woman, you have money. Okay? What are you providing to your man when you have money? Because it became providence is all about money. Do you know there are people who want to have the sense of security, that I have someone. There are people who want companion. There are people who want that providence of a ear to listen. But you are there. You are that partner who says, as long as we have eaten, as long as the house is being paid, as long as the bills are okay. What about the emotional need of that person? What about the spiritual need of that person? What about the mental state of that person? How are you providing for it? Because we are leaning on the finances mostly, and it is okay, don't neglect it. But what about the other things? And that's why we find our partners are falling in love with other people, yet we are providing everything for them when it comes to finances. Why? Because that person did not provide finances, but provided something that I need. Pretending. I know outside here you want to pretend how you guys are in love and all that. The way you are happy, you are the blessed, you are the power couple. I know you have no problem in public. But let me tell you something. There is one person you cannot lie. It is yourself. You can never lie to yourself. You know the pain you're going through in that relationship. You know that love is not what you project outside here. But I don't know who gave you this thing of public validation. That is the only thing you want. Let me tell you something. The moment you realize you are dating for you, not for people, some of you will get in those out of those stupid relationships that you are in. Because at the end of the day, you dated someone who looks good for people to see, but that goodness is not the inner goodness that you are looking for. Now you are struggling because you want to pretend outside there you are happy. Yeah, continue being happy and crying alone. Looking down on me. Do you know, most of you are being dismissed in this relationship because of your own wanting. Why did you date someone that you don't have a monologue with? Like someone you cannot share whole conversation end to end. Like your minds are too different. Do you know there are a lot of compatibility things you should look for? Not only physique. I could look good, you could look good, but our mental status are different. If you date an ad, you need to be an ad, because there are conversations that whenever you speak, they are like, you're so stupid. Like naturally, you are stupid, and there is nothing you can do about that. There are people, they are looking down on you because of your own wanting. You are dating someone who is intellectual in everything. They don't need your input. And the time they need your input, you're speaking stupidity. Why? Because you are not a partner in that relationship. You are mostly a trophy person in that relationship. Bitter soul. Can I ask you a question? A very simple question. Why do you date people that have not healed? You need to start dating people that have healed. I know some of us are waiting for a specific relationship to end so that we can jump into it. But why do you date someone who has not stayed 3 months alone? They don't know how to love even themselves. How can they love you? They are those people, after one relationship, they enter into another one. So at the end of the day that closet will be filled by heartbreaks, trauma, depression, or they will start bleeding on you. Only because you didn't have patience to wait for your person, someone to heal first. Even you yourself, don't be a bitter person. Because the reason you are bitter is because you have not healed. So at the end of the day, you are bleeding on someone that did not hurt you. And that's why sometimes you find yourself with anger issues. Fake smiles. Have you ever realized how we fake life? Damn, we fake life. We fake life. The moment you take your phone and want to take a selfie, there is a smile you put there. In reality, even your heart can ask you, hey, remember we are not smiling like this inside. But that is what we are doing in our relationship. Someone is hurting you daily. But because you have the fear of being alone or being misunderstood, you put up a fake smile to thinking that it will glue your relationship. Let me tell you something. You are continuing what you are doing. You are enlarging a scar that you have inside you that needs time to heal. So every time you fake it, the reality is your inner scar enlarged, get enlarged. Why? Because you are not helping it to heal. You help it to heal by being true to your inner self. Personal hygiene. You know, I have met different people who mostly have this tendency of smelling themselves, and they are like, I'm not smelling, I'm okay. Let me tell you something. By the time you realize you are smelling, that means you have reached the maximum stage of smelling. Because how can you smell yourself and know that you are smelling the wrong way? Do you know you are part of your smell? In short, the nose that is smelling is created by the same liquid you are trying to smell. So some of you have this tendency of thinking, because I cannot smell myself, my partner is okay. Let me tell you something. You are suffering. You are suffering us. You are affecting us. You are choking us. Because at the end of the day, you have water, you have availability of soap, you have clean clothes. Just change. As much as you cannot smell yourself, there is a partner. If they can tell you the truth, you will be shocked. Reality. Let me tell you something. Discover one thing. There is what movies have sold to us. Okay? And they kind of make us believe relationship are tailor-made to be all romantic, bed of roses. But at the end of the day, there is reality. And this is a question that I usually give people. Please don't enter into a relationship with Korea expectations. with Hollywood expectation, because at the end of the day you will be frustrated, because reality does not work like that. Remember, by the time you get roses, you pass through the thorns of that rose. For the rose to smell like that, you have even to do some perfumes here and there. So there is a lot of the making that they don't show. So in reality, when you come to a relationship with expectation, you come with the expectation of a final good, not the reality of things.